Hey everybody, this is Bert Burger, Sunova Surfboards, and right now I'm going to be discussing with you some of the performance features and design philosophy behind one of our new models, the Flash. So this is basically the James Casey Pro model, the Flash. So it's actually been quite fun working with James over the last few years, and we've sort of got to a point now where we've released a model with his name on it. We originally started with some of our former models, and we were customizing various boards, and then when we came up with this one, James was very adamant, on a lot of features, why he wanted certain curves and certain characteristics built into his board. So first of all, we'll discuss the outline. If you look at the outline in general and you hold it back at a distance, it really just resembles a high performance shortboard, maybe just with a smidge more nose area than what you typically find in a surfboard. And so probably another thing we could say about this board is there's just no flat spots. Like, it just has this really clean, curvy outline, almost a clean arc that runs right through the board. And especially a very, very healthy sort of mid outline curve. And so what that does is with that very generous curve, when you drop in, as soon as you initiate a turn, it just wants to respond, and when you're pumping down the line, it's very free, top to bottom, so it's going to be a very loose feeling board. Also with the rocker, again, no flat spots. What we've done is we've come up with a completely different rocker for this board, and you'd virtually almost call it a banana rocker. It's just one clean curve all the way through. And so combined with the outline and the fact that the tail pulls in relatively tight, that banana type curve means you can drop in late, just put it on a rail, it just wants to go straight back up, and it will really fit into the pocket. But one thing it'll do is it will fit into the pocket at speed, and so for someone who's sort of surfing on a pro level, they really just want to attack sections going as fast as possible. So both the generous outline curve and this banana rocker just enable the board to just fit into the tightest parts of the wave. We have a light single concave that runs all the way through the board. So what that single concave does is, as you initiate the turn, it just enables the rail to just engage a little earlier, and so the inside rail will engage into the turn, and then the outside rail will then deflect the water downwards, which again helps the board stay up or get up on the rail. So everything about this board is just constant movement, top to bottom surfing, and tight power surfing. Then what we've done with the rails, let's go this way. We've kept the rails as low as possible. A little bit of a 45 on the front, which is kind of typical, quite low rails, and then through the tail it starts to get really, really fine. Like when you look at that, like I've got my hand around the tail of a SUP. Honestly, a lot of surfboards are going to be thicker than that. So the tail gets nice and fine, and the bottom edge, or the apex of the rail, comes right to the bottom, to the hard edge. And so when you're on rail, this tail section is virtually just slicing through the water like a knife. And so, James was very adamant that he really wanted this super fine rail, so that when he had it on rail, it just felt like it kept its speed, and you weren't trying to fight a chunky section of rail into the water. On the deck side, what we've got, the board actually does have a certain amount of roll, and the main thinking behind that was that James does like a very, very low rail. He wants to be able to bury his entire rail. So he didn't really care about comfort, doesn't want the flat deck, wants a rail that's nice and low, and all the meat's taken out of it all the way. And so when he's on rail, he's just able to just bury that entire board into the water. So sort of final statement on this board, it's basically a good, super high performance SUP. Like if James is going to go out and get results in pro contests on it, that's the caliber of surfer that will really enjoy it. I think more for your everyday supper, I would lean towards, if you want to ride this board and you're not pro, probably just want to ride it the next size up or two, and it's still going to give you a lot of joy.